This is a Gibson Les Paul Jr. from the Tribute series, and as you can see, it's a double cut. The first iteration of these guitars were released in early 2019, and when Gibson's new management took over in 2020, they released an updated version of this guitar, which is the one I have here. There was also a special with two P90 pickups. At the end of 2020, these guitars were already discontinued. I had my eye on one of these for a long time, but initially never got one, even though they were always on the cheaper end of the Gibson range. When Gibson discontinued these, a lot of stores were selling their remaining stock at a low price, and I was able to snag this one up for an Epiphone price about a year ago. And I'm really happy I did, because I love this guitar. Like all guitars from the Tribute lineup, I love the satin finish. You can feel the actual wood grain and the nitro feels nice and smooth. The guitar has a good weight and balance and the neck shape feels really nice in the hand. But what I love most though is that single P90 pickup in the bridge. And of course the artwork that my wife did on it. This thing is a straight up, no frills rock and roll machine. You'll have to get it set up properly, especially with the wraparound bridge, to make sure the intonation is correct. And if you're not used to playing with a single pickup guitar, just play around with the tone and volume and see how many sounds you can get. Initially this was just an extra guitar I used for recording. Even though I just loved playing it, it didn't find a spot with my main band Nighthawker right away. During the year I did start using it with an Americana band I was doing session work for, and live it even started replacing the Telecaster I was initially using with them. Recently I decided to make it my main open tuning guitar. It totally makes sense because I play a lot of slide in this tuning. The fretboard radius is right for that and the entire neck is easily accessible due to the double cut. Until now I used a G&L A set for open tuning and slide playing and I made that work, but it made way less sense. This guitar is now tuned to open D flat and I use it for most of my slide playing. And even though I've never been a great slide player to begin with, I notice I have to relearn playing slide a bit on this guitar now. But when I get it to work, it works way better than it ever did with my G&L. This will now be one of the 3 regular guitars when playing with my main band Nighthawker. And I'm really excited about that because it's so much fun to play this guitar. And I think it's a shame that Gibson discontinued these. Some people might not like these because some of the aspects are not vintage correct, but I don't care about that. Because in my book, a good guitar is simply a good guitar. If they would still make them, I would have also gotten the special with the 2 P90 pickups. But since they don't, I recently picked up an SG special, which was also discontinued and also a lot cheaper than it usually would have been. In my opinion, Gibsons with P90s are awesome, and if you see one of these used for sale, I recommend you go for it. Tell me what you think of these Gibsons. Do you own one? Would you like to own one? Did you own one? Let me know in the comments below. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.